Theo, why haven't you eaten dinner yet? I thought you didn't have overtime at work today. Where are you right now?
I'm at a restaurant. I came out after I saw what you left me on the table.
So you didn't eat the dinner I made you?
How do you expect me to eat that crap?
What? What was the problem? I made it especially for you.
I didn't want that for dinner. I wanted something else.
Then what did you want?
I wanted more meat. I want proper red meat in all my meals. The food you make is always so plain. It doesn't have enough salt and there's not enough meat, too. You're always making seafood dishes.
If you want to eat healthily, then seafood is the best way to go. You really should cut down on your salt intake. And when we first got married, you told me that you like how simple my cooking is. What changed? I've been trying to make you more seafood dishes and stews because I thought you enjoyed them.
Yeah, well, I'm sick of it. I'm a guy. I've got to have more steaks, fried chicken, and roast. I want more bacon, too. I want something that will fill me up.
I've been making your favorite foods too.
You don't make my favorites often enough. I want to be able to look forward to coming home for dinner. You're not going to make my favorites every single day. Then the least you could do is make the seafood dishes a little more fancy and add more volume. Make some sushi or prepare some prawns. Or lobster would be great. I'll eat seafood if it's the kind of stuff you find in a restaurant. But the stuff you're making is all cheap. All grilled salmon fillets and fish sticks. You won't find fish sticks in a restaurant anywhere. Why always making prison food?
If I made all the dishes you're asking for every single day, we'd end up spending close to $1,000 every month just on the groceries. We don't have that kind of money. You'll just have to bear with it and look forward to enjoying your favorites every now and then.
Huh? Are you complaining about my salary? You're just a housewife. You don't have any right to say that my pay isn't enough when you're not even working.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there's a limit to how much we should spend on groceries. There's only two of us, so a couple $100 should suffice for a month. The only people who spend $1,000 on groceries are really rich people who have that money to spare. I'm always shopping for the groceries with a budget in mind, and making sure that we don't waste any food. What more do you expect from me?
The food you make isn't good enough. If I keep on eating this kind of cheap, boring food, I'm going to start feeling like there's nothing worth living for. The only thing I can look forward to after a long day of work is dinner. Can't you at least prepare something I can enjoy?
All right, then I'll make one of your favorite dishes tomorrow. So, will you please cheer up?
Whatever. Anyway, where even are you? Why weren't you at home when I got back from work? I'm tired from working all day and you leave me a cold plate of dinner? Why should I have to heat it up myself? It's your job to serve me a hot dinner as soon as I sit down at the table.
I told you last week that I was going to go and visit my grandma in the hospital today. Weren't you listening to me?
Why is it my fault? You should be more careful about when you tell me things. Of course I'm not going to remember anything if you tell me when I'm busy doing something. If you got something to tell me, you should look me in the eyes and tell me.
You mean when you're busy watching TV? I called out to you and you replied, so I talked. Why do you have to get so upset when you were the one that wasn't listening to me properly? I'll take more care with my cooking from now on, so will you please get over it? I thought that I did a pretty good job with last night's dinner, but was it really that bad?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Okay, I won't ever do it again.
Probably your parents' fault that you make such disgusting dinners. I mean, the apple doesn't fall very far from the tree, does it? You make cheap, boring meals because they made you the same when you were young.
Huh? Why are you suddenly turning on my parents? My parents aren't poor. Even if they don't have a lot of money, that doesn't mean that you can accuse them of not being able to cook decent food.
You know, I think that how a person lives and how they've been raised is reflected in how people cook. These days, I've been thinking that I might have made a mistake in choosing who to marry.
Do you really have to go that far? I've been doing my best to cook healthy meals for you all the time.
Yeah, but it's not good enough. If you're making me doubt my decision to marry you, then shouldn't that tell you just how seriously I take this kind of stuff? If you don't want me to break up with you, then you'll have to polish your cooking skills. Hey, we're holding a memorial for Dad next month. It's been 7 years, so Mom and I thought we'd gather everyone to have lunch. We've already gotten replies from 20 or so relatives who said that they'll be there. You better help Mom with preparing lunch and cleaning up.
20? That's quite a lot of people.
Yeah, so you better keep in touch with Mom and make sure you don't overlook anything. I already told Mom that you're going to go shopping for the groceries and that you're going to cook everything. Don't mess things up, alright? I told her that you agreed to help with the cleaning too, so you better not disappoint her.
What? Are you sure you want me to cook? You said that you don't like my cooking.
We don't have any other choice. My mom's tendonitis hasn't gotten better, so she still can't move her wrist that much. You can't expect her to cook if her wrist hurts that much. You better use this chance to prove to her that you're a reliable wife and a great daughter-in-law.
Yeah, okay. I'll do my best. I wonder what I should make. 20 is a pretty big number, so I'll have to buy a lot.
Don't ask me. You gotta think up the menu all by yourself. This is your job. This is your only time to shine, Ava. Don't waste it.
Yeah, but I don't know what everyone likes and dislikes. Can't you at least give me some hints? They're your relatives. I don't want to make something that no one will eat and have to waste a perfectly good dish.
If you want to know what everyone likes, then you should ask around and find out by yourself. It isn't like I know every single person's preferences.
Alright, then I'll work something out. I'll try asking your mom for some advice too.
And I'm begging you, Ava, don't embarrass me. You better make the best meal ever, or I really will be upset. This is the only way you can make yourself useful, so don't cut corners like you always do. Hey, where are you? Hurry up and bring the beer.
Sorry, I was in the car.
What the hell are you doing outside? You're supposed to be in the house cooking or cleaning or serving drinks. Some of my relatives are starting to arrive and people are bound to be expecting drinks when they walk through the door. If you're hosting them, then you should be here too. Welcome them in, saying hi, offering to take coats and stuff like that. Hurry up!
Yeah, I'll be right there, but do you know where the food went? I brought everything in cooler boxes in the car and took them to the kitchen, but the food disappeared while I was in the toilet. I can't find anything anywhere.
Oh, that crap that was lined up on the counter? It's all gone.
What? Why? Where is it?
I threw it all in the trash. Can't believe you were going to serve my family with food like that.
What? What didn't you like about it? I stayed up all night preparing all of those dishes, especially for today.
I threw it out because it was no different to the usual crap you cook up. I thought I told you not to cut corners. If you serve that stuff to my family, I'll just be the laughingstock. I want you to start all over and make sure that you make a real feast this time.
What? You're asking for the impossible. There isn't enough time. How am I supposed to do that?
There's still plenty of time until it's time to eat. You better get something done until then. I don't care how much it costs, just prepare something that will make me look good.
Get something done? You make it sound so easy. What do you expect me to do? Why would you throw everything away? You're unbelievable. The dishes I made today may be the same recipes that I make for you, but I can't let you stand by and say that I cut corners or that they're cheap. I spent a lot more money on the ingredients than usual and spent hours on the stew because I had to marinate the meat.
Seriously? You spent hours and that was the result? If that's so, then you really have no sense when it comes to cooking. No matter how you look at it, that food wasn't suitable to serve to my relatives. Did you really think that was good enough? This is why I hate poor people. You can't even make the most of the stuff you have at hand, and don't have the brains to think outside the box.
Are you really going to bring that up again? I told you that my family isn't poor. Stop trying to find fault with my upbringing because it's not the problem here.
Then why are you so bad at cooking? Why can't you make anything classy and actually make me proud? You could have at least prepared a couple of steaks or brought lobster and made some fancy dishes with plenty of beef or fish. But instead you're making mac and cheese, some kind of stew. And what was that rice thing supposed to be? Paella? What's with all the vegetables? It's cheap crap that doesn't belong on the table. Where's the steak? You want all that rabbit food? Feel free to make it for yourself. But don't you dare bring those dishes to my family gathering ever again. Just because you think being healthy and being conscious of salt and sugar is righteous, doesn't mean you can force it down other people's throats.
I'm always thinking of other people when I'm cooking, Theo. I wish that you think about how it feels to have all of my effort thrown into the trash. You don't know how hard it is to cater to the preferences of 20 different people. 'Cause it's a lot harder than you think. You've never cooked or done any of the cleaning in our house, so you wouldn't know, but it takes a lot of planning.
Doing the housework is your job. It's only natural that you do it the way I ask you to. You should be making everything the way I want you to make it. You can't do the chores properly, then you're a failure as a wife. There's no point in you even existing if you can't make me happy.
Do you really think that?
Yeah. Right now you're not fulfilling your job as a wife, and you're a failure. If everyone finds out what you try to serve them from lunch, I'm pretty sure they'd be disappointed too. And then they're going to blame me for marrying you. I'm going to be the butt of every joke for marrying such a useless woman. Hey, where are you? Why aren't you back yet? I thought I told you to make everything from scratch.
I've already made everything. I made everything just the way you told me to.
I told you that trash doesn't count as a proper meal. What's the matter with you? How could you embarrass me like this in front of all my relatives? It's all cheap, tasteless trash.
What's so cheap about it? It was all perfectly ready to be served. There was a wonderful choice of dishes, and everything looked delicious.
Now that that's all gone, all you can do is prepare a new menu. No matter how much you complain, all that crap you made is gone. I've thrown everything away, so you've got no choice but to start again.
You're a terrible person.
If you think you don't have enough time to make anything, just go out and buy us some sushi. Hurry up and put something on the table.
You're an idiot. Theo, I've never been so ashamed of my own son before. Just who do you think you are, talking to your own wife like that?
Huh? Son? What are you talking about?
I'm your mother, Theo. You've got a lot of nerve treating your wife in that way. She's not a slave.
What? But I'm messaging Ava. Why are you replying? What happened to Ava?
Ava's right beside me. She disappeared after going to the toilet and didn't come back for a while, so I wondered where she went. I looked for her, and where do you think I found her? She was outside crying next to her car. I asked her what the matter was, and she tells me that you threw away all of the food she made. I was so surprised that I thought I had misheard her.
It's not my fault. The food she made was just awful. I couldn't let her serve that to our guests. You would have agreed with me if you saw what she made.
I already know what she made, you idiot, because we thought up today's menu together. Ava did all of the cooking, but she asked for my opinion on all of the options she had in mind.
What? Really?
Yes, we did. Most of the relatives that are coming today are all old. That's why Ava decided to prepare foods that are softer on the jaws and teeth, and easier to swallow. Every single dish has been made with all of that in mind.
But anyone can make mac and cheese. She made beef stew. It shouldn't embarrass me if she brings out something that cheap out in front of everyone. Everyone will be happy if there's more meat and volume, like steaks. And, I don't know, oysters or something? Something rich.
Did you know that stew actually takes a long time to make? If you're going to try and make the beef very tender, it takes a lot of time and patience to cook, and of. Ava took every single step of the way to marinate the beef, to cook the vegetables, and to stew everything. She didn't sleep a wink last night to make sure that everything was perfect. She didn't even let me help her because she knew I was in pain and worked so hard on her own. And yet, you were heartless enough to throw everything out. Do you really think that any of your grandparents and your aunts and uncles would want to eat steak or oysters? None of us would be able to stomach an oyster.
And what about the sushi?
Don't be ridiculous. You should know that most of our family hates fish. They wouldn't even want to sit down if there was sushi at the table. What's everyone supposed to eat if there's nothing they like?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Ava asked everyone what their favorite food was. She took so much time to prepare something that everyone would like, and you ruined everything. Why would you do something so stupid? Nobody asked you to judge whether her food was worthy or not. You useless little brat.
Hey, I'm your son. What are you getting so upset with me for?
I can't believe that you grew up to be this ungrateful. I'm so ashamed of you, Theo. I feel terrible for Ava and what she's had to go through with you. She told me that you've been criticizing her cooking for these past few months, and I want to tell you that you should know that you're a very lucky man.
What? How am I lucky? The food she makes for me is always a pile of crap. It's flavorless, plain, and she never spends money on the stuff I want. All the meals she prepares lacks a decent amount of meat. There's always a mountain of cooked vegetables on every plate she puts in front of me. Like I'm eating stuff that only old people would eat.
What right do you have to complain about that? She's making you your favorite meals every now and then, isn't she?
Yeah, like only once or twice a week.
That's more than enough for you. Did you forget that your doctor warned you about your cholesterol levels and your blood pressure at your last checkup? All of the food Ava makes for you, she makes with your health in mind. She's been reducing the amount of red meat you eat for a reason. And you get to eat whatever you want twice a week because she's saving money on all the other days. You won't find a more loving or caring wife anywhere else in the world. She's been devoted to supporting you, keeping you alive. And this is the way you treat her?
But that's all she can make.
Don't be an idiot, Theo. The food she makes may look simple, but it's very difficult to achieve what she makes. She pays attention to all the small details that people who aren't used to cooking overlook. I can just tell how amazing she is because I've been cooking for so long, but also because the kitchen is outside my comfort zone. If you ask me, she's an incredible cook. This is why people like you annoy me so much. You don't understand that cooking is the most difficult chore to conquer out of all the things that need to be done at home.
How am I supposed to know that? I'm not a housewife.
You better not be thinking that the housework is all the wife's job. Not in this day and age. Do you think that you're better than your wife because you go to an office to work? She works too, you know. You wouldn't even be able to survive a day without Ava. She works to keep you alive and in the best condition to go to your job. It's thanks to Ava doing all of the housework and cleaning your suits and shoes that you can go to the office with confidence and focus on your work. Don't you dare act like you're better than her. It's your fault that she has to make everything all over again. So you better go to the supermarket and buy all the ingredients she needs right now.
What about Dad's memorial service? The priest should be here pretty soon, right?
More importantly, I want you to go out and buy some food for everyone. We can't listen to prayers properly while we're all hungry. But if you dare bring back steaks, sushi, or oysters, your head is seeing the palm of my hand.
Wait, if I can't buy any of that, then what am I supposed to buy? And you should make me a shopping list.
Just remember all of the dishes you throw away and buy all the ingredients that were in them.
Huh? I don't remember anything. I only remember the mac and cheese and the paella.
I'm warning you. You better not buy any mac and cheese that only requires you to pour in hot water and mix it. We've got a lot of picky eaters in this family, so we don't want to risk anyone refusing to eat the food you bought. You'll just have to work hard and recollect every single detail of what you threw in the trash.
How am I supposed to do that? I don't remember everything. It's still in the trash can in the kitchen, right? I'll go and take a look.
Too late. I already took out the trash. We would have had a fly infestation if we left all that food to rot in the kitchen. Good luck remembering, and you'd better not buy anything we don't need.
Theo, where are you? You're taking way too long. How long is it taking you to just do the grocery shopping? We've all been waiting for you for hours.
I've just finished paying. I'm leaving the store right now. I swear I'll be back soon. I won't take more than 30 minutes.
No, that's way too long. We can't wait anymore. In fact, we gave up waiting quite a while ago, and we ended up going out to a restaurant because we were all starving. We're all having dessert.
What? You went to a restaurant? Without me? But what am I supposed to do?
I don't know and I don't care. We're all having fun chatting about what an ass you've been. Now everyone knows what you did. They're all saying how you're a horrible, misogynistic husband, and that I should just leave you. They're all making me laugh about how arrogant you are for a guy that can't do anything on his own. You should hear the things everyone is saying. I think it would be a real eye-opener, and maybe you'd actually think about changing the way you behave.
No way! I can't believe you're all eating without me. Even though I circled all the aisles in the supermarket searching for all the ingredients you might need. I worked this hard and it's all gone to waste.
You've only spent 2 hours walking around. You don't have any right to complain about your effort. I spent the same amount of time shopping yesterday and stayed up the entire night preparing everything for today's lunch. You can't complain after you wasted all the effort I put into lunch by just throwing everything into the trash.
I'm sorry, Ava, I really am. I didn't know that Mom gave you advice on what to make. Told me that you made everything after asking everyone what their favorite dish was.
That's not the problem here, Theo. Even if your mom hadn't helped me, if I hadn't gone around asking what everyone liked, you had no right to just throw it into the trash because you thought it was cheap and unsuitable for your family. Now you can suffer the same pain I felt when you wasted all of my effort by refusing the orders I made for you, and today when you threw away the food I made. But you still don't seem to understand what you've done, even though your mom is so pissed off with you.
I've been calling my mom for ages now. She won't answer me. Is she there with you?
She doesn't want to answer your calls because she doesn't want to talk to you. She's even been saying that she wants to cut ties with you. She doesn't even want to look at you.
What? She wants to cut ties with me? But I'm her son.
I don't want to see your face either, so I'm not coming back home for a while. I'll be staying with your mom until I'm ready to come back. I want to live separately, so deal with the housework yourself.
What? You want to live apart?
Yeah, and I won't be around to do anything for you, so good luck. Good for you. You can eat whatever you want, whenever you want. That's if you don't mind ruining your health any further. Your doctor was warning you that you should make an effort to diet, so I wonder what will happen to you if you don't listen to him. This is probably the best time to tell you, but you've gained a lot of weight recently. The next time you go and see the doctor, I bet that your results will come back much worse than the last time.
Don't say that. It can't be that bad.
Whatever you say. Just make sure that you keep the grocery budget under $300. Don't spend a single penny more, or I'll divorce you. Do you understand? Be careful what you spend that money on.
Hey, wait a second. Why would you suddenly bring up divorce? I don't want to get divorced. I still want to be together.
You don't have any right to refuse. I've been thinking for these past few hours, and I'm pretty serious about this divorce. If anything, all of your relatives are telling me that I should hurry up and dump him and find the next guy. They all think that you're a terrible husband, and that you're not worth the trouble.
Isn't anyone on my side? Isn't there anyone who thinks that you should give me another chance?
Nope. Not a single person can forgive what you did. Of course they wouldn't want to side with you. Who would relate to a piece of crap like you?
I'm really sorry about everything I've done. I relied on you way too much. I was really stupid to think that I could say whatever I wanted and do whatever I wanted just because we were married. Just because we were in love. I was a fool to treat you like that. Please, will you forgive me? I'm really sorry.
In love? Who are you talking about? You've never treated me like you loved me. I was never your wife. I was just a slave to you. And I'm not in love with you anymore.
But it'll be bad for you too if we get divorced. Where are you gonna live? How are you even gonna pay for stuff without me?
You don't have to worry about that. I was working before we got married, and I can work again. It might be a good idea to find a place to work while I'm living with your mom. I just have to find work, and unlike you, I won't have any problem balancing the housework and my job. I'll do fine without you. I mean, it's not like I ever needed you in the first place. After that, I started staying with my mother-in-law, and Theo and I lived separately for a long time. It seems that my ex-husband was incapable of doing any of the housework on his own, and that the house we were living in is now a complete mess. But on the other hand, my mother-in-law and I had a lot of fun living together. We spent most of our time teaching each other the recipes we were both best at, and tried out a lot of new recipes we had never gotten around to doing before. If it weren't for Theo being such a bad husband, we would have made a really great mother and daughter-in-law. But I'm glad we have this friendship without him in the picture. After that, it seems that my mother-in-law hosted a few family gatherings, but she never invited her son to any of them. Apparently, nobody wants him around because he ruined the fun mood with his criticism and arrogant attitude. He's ended up being pretty hated by his entire family. After I moved out, I spent an entire year preparing my new apartment and looking for a new job. I did everything I needed to do before starting the brand new chapter in my life. and finally got the divorce I had been waiting for. I left my mother-in-law's house, but I still stay in touch with her, and we often go out to eat a meal and catch up. Apparently, she really did cut ties with Theo completely, and she even made it so that he could inherit any of the savings she had intended to leave for him after she passed. Instead, she's been making the most of it and has been going on trips she's never been before, so she can use it all up while she's still alive. Not long after, I heard a rumor that my ex-husband had disappeared. It seems that he ended up overspending on the groceries, the bills, everything, after I had moved out, and had no choice but to borrow money in order to pay everything off. But inevitably, he couldn't pay off the debt he owed, and disappeared without a trace. Honestly, when I heard about it, I really thought it was the exact ending he deserved.